Greetings and welcome to the world of amazing rustic life and delicious homemade food. We're back to you with another recipe of incredible Georgian cuisine, and we're sure you'll be amazed. Join us, relax, and enjoy. For today, we decided to amaze you with Azerbaijani khachapuri, most popular dish of Georgian cuisine in the world. But to make it even more interesting, we will make it really giant with using eggs of ostrich. Our day starts with milking cows, as usual. And today's morning, fatty milk will be a base for homemade cheese that we need for cooking. Khachapuri is known by perfect cheese. The more the better. While cooking preparations are beginning, we also go with crafting, one of the most important tasks in the village. Rustic people are used to work with hands, and making something by your own is calling golden hands. Skills are the most important things to develop, and cooking experience must be as comfortable as possible. To make it easier for you, we made a whole merch collection of knives for any case. Scan the code to get it with worldwide delivery.
Hazır. Bim, bom. Bim, bom. Ana kana, kamalı. Boza nekeli zirdi, man nekeli zirdi. Ak nemi, kuru nemi.
And while we are continuing our preparations, let us tell you about the main dish of today. It really has an interesting roots and legends, and it's literally significant and sacred for Georgia. It's a real historical adventure today.
Ambitious.
For origin legend, it was created by Lazi people, an ethnic group of Black Sea coast. Shape of the dough represents a boat, raw egg yolk, sun over waves. Melted cheese inside is the churning waters of the Black Sea. Khachapuri is more than just a snack, it is a cultural staple. In 2019, the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Georgia officially included the tradition of khachapuri in Georgia. There is even a khachapuri index used in Tbilisi to track inflation. Serving and eating this dish is another wonderful tradition. In Georgia, eating a khachapuri with a knife and fork is often seen as a missed opportunity. It must be eaten with your own hands only. This is the thing. As soon as the steaming boat arrives, you take a fork or a piece of crust and vigorously stir the raw egg and the thick slab of butter into the hot cheese until it forms a uniform, creamy lava. Sometimes it's made by waiter with a stick. Then you break off the bow and stern of the bread first and dip them into the cheese mix. You continue tearing pieces from the side walls until only the bottom crust is left to be rolled up and finished. Isn't it incredible? Nowadays, some bakeries offer a version where the soft dough inside the hull is scraped out before baking, making it extra crispy and focusing entirely on the cheese-to-bread ratio, or a massive, oversized version with few eggs. As you guessed, today we go with second option, a giant khachapuri. The process always starts with dough. For that, we need flour, eggs, hot water, salt, and yeast. It's very easy and extremely delicious, traditional recipe. For everyone who wants to see and to learn more, subscribe and click on the bell to stay updated. Wooden things always have its special rustic vibe, isn't it? Eco materials are very appreciated in countryside area, and that's why we always associate it. And it's useful. Cheap, long-lasting and kind of no-waste philosophy too. While dough is resting, we got back to the cheese. It's the simplest one to make at home, white, salty and tasty. Usually Georgians go with imaruli, fresh, slightly sour cheese, and sulguni, pickled, salty and high melting one. So we're grating all the cheese. It's a long but not a hard process because texture is truly perfect. It doesn't even need too much forces. A perfect slight effect makes the work really meditative. The same thing is about crafting. In our family, we really enjoy shared tasks. Even someone can say it's too traditional to make some work being for man and woman only, but it's our lifestyle and we adore that. And here's the dough. After resting, it became twice bigger. So after another good mix, it'll be ready for forming. It's going to be a really huge khachapuri boat, and we can treat all the filming group. Sometimes we travel. It's quite hard to do often when you have such a farm, but once we had a great possibility to go to Georgia. In Azerbaijan, we sure know this culture and food, but when we went there, it turned out even better. Georgian restaurants are full of delicious things like all possible kinds of khachapuri. The one we cooked today is called Azerbaijani. Also, you can find megrel, like cheesy pizza, or gvazeli with meat, looking like closed calzone. There's much more kinds of khachapuri, delicious stews, soups, rolls and salads here. If you want us to share our travel experience and cook something that we tried for the video, write in the comments, please. So forming is one of the most interesting parts. We put 2 kinds of homemade cheese on the dough, and now we start rolling the sides. It's kind of walls of our boat. Meanwhile, crafting process isn't over. It's a chance to make something useful or beautiful with showing your creativity and skills to the world. Rustic men have it in the blood for taking care of family and house. Warm days like this are truly inspiring and literally call you to work outdoor. We cook and craft with a big pleasure, enjoying fresh mountains, air, sun, and watching dogs playing around. Back to cooking. We realized that cheese is never too much and decided to add some more. We truly want to make it as delicious as it was in Georgian restaurant. This wonderful country and food made us fall in love. Brushing with egg yolk, and it's done. But no haste, it's not the end of the cooking process. Now we have the boat, the waves, but still don't have the sun. Best food is sure made with love and following the recipes. And best helpers are high quality and aesthetic kitchenware. Scan the code to see a whole collection, and we hope you'll like something. While our huge dish is baking in the firewood oven, we have some time to work in the garden. Yes, it would be nice to have a rest with a cup of tea, but it's too much tasks for today. Let's go with us to see spring garden work. Even the task is physically hard and needs a lot of time. We always take a minute to pay attention for our little friends. It makes us that happy to forget about how much we tired. That's like Energizer coming from these cuties. As usually, we have our tea break before or after the meal with some homemade sweets. But today, hot drink will be a part of the dinner for comfortable dough eating. No worries. We haven't missed the sun element of our dish. Now it's finally time for our special ingredients, ostrich eggs. These giant yolks will look great on such a khachapuri. We broke the shell carefully and separated the protein. We will cook it later for some other dish. Now we need yolks only. It's 2 suns. Meanwhile, we're making delicious tea of rosehip for staying calm and healthy. It's going to be a good taste combo with our bakery. When dish is almost done, we remove it from the oven to add egg yolks. It's very big, so it needed a hole in the cheese. With chicken eggs, it won't be such a problem. You can put your little son just on the top and bake a little more. We have our big community of food and rustic life fans. Join us in social media. It's very pleasant and motivating for us. The final touch before serving, butter on top for creamy taste and extra gloss. It's already very aromatic and we can't wait to try. Is it that good? As it was in Georgian Ajaria.
MashaAllah. I'm bugged.
Sure, we're not Georgians to cook a true classical khachapuri, but as for Azerbaijani people, it's amazing. Such a delicious combo of soft dough with a crisp on top, 2 cheeses and ostrich egg yolk. It's a success. Cup of tea, delicious dinner, and beloved person. This is what we call happiness. Thank you for being with us. See you soon. The most joyful place on earth, where we're always happy to give you a moment of relaxation by watching adorable rustic life and cooking. Join us today for another recipe. Day in the village always starts the same way, milking cows, cleaning and feeding all the animals and birds on farm. And today we pay more attention to hens, because our today's dish will be made of eggs. In our social media, we have a whole community of people who adores simple rustic life, nature, and delicious food. Follow us and become a part of that big family. So the dish of today is called Scotch egg. It's a very interesting kind of food that can be a snack and a main dish as well. It's not only very delicious, but nutritive and comfortable to carry. This dish has a very interesting history, or it's better to say it's 3 legends about how it was created. So let us tell you all the options and you can write in the comments. How do you think? What is the true for you? First legend says that Fortnum and Mason, the famous London department store, claims to have invented the snack in 1738. They designed it as a portable traveller's snack for wealthy passengers heading to their country estates. Second theory is called the scotching process. Some historians believe the name comes from scotching, a process of mincing meat or adding strong spices to hide the flavor of meat that wasn't perfectly fresh. And the last and simplest one. In Yorkshire, one cafe, William J. Scott and Sons, claimed to have invented Scotties. These were originally covered in creamy fish paste rather than sausage meat, only switching to pork later. Whether these legends are true or not, the recipe of Scotch egg is really old and very delicious. As Muslim people, we changed pork for lamb, but it goes with beef the best. Instead of grinder, we chose chopping for today. Then we go with boiling eggs. It counts that real Scotch egg yolk must stay liquid inside, so we see later if it will be successful. It's also okay if it's hard-boiled. It just turned into post-Soviet popular dish, patties with eggs. Many food historians believe the Scotch egg is actually an adaptation of the Indian dish Nagasi kofta. It's likely that British soldiers or merchants returning from India brought the concept back to the UK but removed curry. In our eggs we put salt, pepper, paprika and mustard. And for juiciness we saved lamb's fat while chopping. This combo must be wonderful. When we started filming, we didn't have enough good tools and kitchenware. Growing up with Channel, we looked for the perfect cooking utensils and understood that the best thing is creating own collection. Support us and check it. During the COVID-19 pandemic in UK, this dish became a legal talking point. Regulations allowed pubs to stay open if they served a substantial meal, leading to a heated national debate over whether a single Scotch egg qualified as one. Except hard-boiled, we also need batter from raw eggs. That will cover the dish and make incredible crispy fried crust. Everything seems to be easy, but here we need to follow the proportions and work carefully. We form big oval and even patties, then dip them in the flour and in the batter. And now the meditation begins. It's a work to do being relaxed. Time just flew, and it's a possibility not to make haste, just work and enjoy the weather. Another advantage of living in the village is always having everything you want and need without paying too much money. Nowadays, meat and eggs cost a lot almost in every country. And such a dish is free by holding a farm. Meanwhile, it's also time to start heating up the oil. If you want your dish to be cooked from the inside, having a good crust and don't soak up the fats, oil needs to be boiling. And sure, you have to watch the dish carefully.
زين بدي أول شو تشرشوني.
عيطة.
Here's the moment. Let's start frying and enjoy the tasty sounds. When it's all became golden, time to remove. Chopped meat doesn't need so much time to be well cooked. Finally, Scotch eggs are done. We can serve the table and find out if it's just delicious or incredible. With some fresh veggies for addition and company of beloved person, any meal will be twice better to imagine. And here we have everything. So let's go to the table and have this romantic dinner. That's just wonderful. Juicy lamb and smoothing boiled egg inside. Highly recommend to try. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon. We always are ready to share some amazing recipes, and here's another day of our life in Azerbaijani village, cooking new, wonderful dish. Join us. So today's dish is huge and juicy meat roll with veggies. It seems like the simplest thing, and recipe of that is what almost every world's cuisine has. But we try to make it really special and tell you some interesting facts. And while we prepare everything, please take a sec to follow us on Instagram. There you can find reels to watch before new video here is coming.
Tabii. Sabahı koyacak.
As well as this dish is very common to every cuisine, we will try to cook and serve it in Azerbaijani style. Traditional food and tastes of our folk means a lot to us. That's why we chose lamb, the most popular meat here. Meat rolls stuffed with vegetables are a staple of European Sunday roast traditions. While they appear in various forms across the globe, their history is rooted in the practical need to make tougher cuts of meat tender and flavorful. The name of that dish comes from the French word rouler. In the past, French chefs used this technique to showcase precision and to incorporate expensive fillings like truffles or wild mushrooms into veal or beef. German beef rouladen became a common dish in the 18th and 19th centuries. While originally made with expensive meat, it transitioned to beef as a way for the middle class to taste it, with filling of bacon, onions and pickles. For our Azerbaijani option, we took the most regular spices like hot pepper and paprika that are very popular in our cuisine. Also, it's seasoned. Now we can continue working. Our next step is veggies and mushrooms. We need to chop and stew it all together. Mushrooms fried with onions only are also a good filling. It's a part of most famous beef Wellington, where meat is rolled in dough. For the stew, we need some bell and hot peppers to make effect and crispy texture that is truly common for Central Asian food. Garlic for bringing out the taste of lamb. And let's start. Mushrooms are often used because they contain high levels of glutamates, which provide an umami punch. When finely chopped, they act as a moisture barrier that keeps the meat from drying out during the long cooking process. Meat rolls are a high-protein dish often balanced by the fiber in the vegetable fillings. In traditional European serving styles, they are almost always accompanied by a starch to soak up the braising liquid. To the stew, we also added some fresh tomatoes, and only then, salt and pepper. Now it just needs some time before being rolled into marinated lamb. The best food is what was cooked with love, and you can make it taste even more delicious by following right methods and using high-quality utensils. If you're a cooking fan, scan the code and take a look at our collection. Sour cream for sauce, and one more oriental detail, splash of lemon juice. Europeans are used to add it for fish, but we truly like add it to every savoury dish. It gives special sour note and incredible aroma that brings out the food. With a lot of homemade cheese, we roll our lamb with veggies. Then it'll be roasted in firewood oven, and we will take a little break after so much work. Tied up, we cover the roll with baking paper and foil to let all the juices to stay inside. Then our roll needs about an hour or more to cook and about 10 minutes to stay covered at the table. Dinner is in the oven. Now we let the fire do its magic. Meanwhile, it's a good time to enjoy a cup of tea. This warm, sunny day asks us to stop and relax a bit. Autumn is so beautiful and pleasant. Sun isn't that hot yet, but nature already prepares for winter and everything starts to become asleep. Watching this with some tea is kind of a bless. Treat of today's tea time is persimmon that we harvested and dried by ourselves. In local forests you can find a lot of wild trees with these sweetest fruits, and it's for free. Azerbaijani traditions are continuing. We never have a meal without fresh veggies, pickles or salad. Let us show one easy but delicious recipe that every local grandma makes for kids. Interesting thing, in Central Asia we never about having meal if veggies and bread are still not served. And it's a very healthy habit that helps you to take enough vitamins and fiber per day. Meanwhile, when some energy was given by tea and break, household duties are waiting, so nobody stops until roll will be done. Friends, we always appreciate your support, advices, and recipes. So if you want to share something with us, feel free to write any comment down below the video. A little hack. If you want your onions to taste good, soak it up in pure water and change it 3 times. It reduces all the bitterness and make it light. And final ingredients: homemade corn and fresh herbs. Some sour cream or oil, as you wish. And while we are mixing that, meat rolls started to smell just from the oven. It's simply magnificent. A few more minutes and it'll be ready for serving. We let the roll cool down a bit in a foil, and let's start to cut and serve that. It's really exciting to see how it looks inside.
Şişmişti.
We're surprised. It's even more juicy than we expected. Such an appetizing look, aroma, and sounds of cutting. Hope you can hold yourself, friends. We wish you could share that with us.
What the other high or should we make this? Go on.
We think you can believe us that it was extremely delicious. That wonderful filling made a great combo with tender lamb. It's a dish that we want to cook again and again. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. In warm days like this, we're twice more inspired to share some delicious recipes with you. So please join us for one, or to be correct, 2 more. For this episode, we prepared favorite recipes of kebab and strawberry pie, and sure, we will start cooking with savory dish. For Azerbaijani cuisine traditions, we chose lamb. It's perfect to be grilled, especially with veggies. Tasks for today are shared. While one of us is cooking, another one deals with physical job. In this warm time of a year, it means a lot. Garden needs a lot of attention for future harvest to be really good. While first preparations are coming, we kindly remind you to check our social media for some more interesting content. So some veggies are cut, and let's get back to meat. It needs to be well butchered for fibers not to tear apart. Rustic people are professional with that from the childhood, because we know it has risks for dish to be dry. Then we go with salt, giving a massage for lamb's pieces. This is very important to use physical force, the more the better. Meat likes strong hands that make fibers softer. The grilling traditions of Azerbaijan are a cornerstone of the region's culinary identity, blending the nomadic heritage of Central Asia with the refined flavors of the Caucasus. In Azerbaijan, grilling is more than just cooking, it is a social ritual. In Azerbaijani tradition, the grilled meat is eaten with additions. It is part of a balanced table designed to cut through the richness of the fat. You can add nar sharab, thick, tart, pomegranate dipping sauce, sumac, fresh, or grilled veggies. While making kebab on a spit, We focus on meat quality only. It doesn't even need spices. Good piece of meat that you massaged well is enough to make a perfect dish. But today, we decided to make our kebabs really special with adding paprika, red dried basil, and sows of tomatoes and garlic. Now we roll everything in baking paper and foil. And it's still on a spit, sure. Almost everything is done, so soon we will start grilling, and meanwhile cooking our signature strawberry pie for tea time after dinner. Today we will use the coals, the ways that always works, but traditionally, grilled meat is made on the coals, in wild or with mangal. For cooking with mangal, a cardinal rule is that meat should never touch an open flame. The kebabchi grill master uses a hand fan to keep the coals glowing red while ensuring no flare-ups scorch the meat. Today, it's all made in a wild. If you adore the vibe both of rustic and professional cooking, you're already a part of our community. And for all of this family, we started an online store with utensils, knives, and homemade merch socks. Take a look. Kebabs need a careful watching and turning around to cook evenly. It's kind of meditation to look on the meat cooking, listen to the sounds and enjoy the sun. To the dough, made of eggs, flour, sugar, and secret ingredient, vanilla, we add fresh garden strawberries. Harvest was so big that we needed to cook literally everything to use it. And this combo of berries with vanilla is everything. This kind of pie is always associates with summer, like holiday at grandma's house, sweet warm aroma of bakery at the kitchen, careless times and best memories that you'll keep for all of your life. Sure, such a dessert needs a cup of tea. For Azerbaijani family, it's an everyday ritual that we never skip. City people can relax with cup of tea and sweets more than 5 times a day. In rustic area, it's about 2 or 3 times. A little picnic nearby. Let's finally taste our lamb with potatoes, onions and tomatoes. It smells simply incredible thanks to dried basil. You've just seen that it's very juicy. And for our meal to be even more delicious and traditional, we will drink ayran, Oriental drink made of sour milk. It's refreshing and a bit salty, perfect for meat dishes. After that amazingly delicious meal, we still want something sweet. Pie is almost done in the oven. That is a smell of a coziness. Warm, sweet pie, tea grass and flowers around. On the fresh air, it's even better. A little decoration with powdered sugar. And it's time to make a tea while pie colds down. To bring out strawberry and vanilla combo even more, we made local black tea with special roses. It's very aromatic, but light, and won't cover taste of the pie. Delicious pie and cozy afternoon. Isn't it a dream and a bless? We appreciate such little moments very much. If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell. See you soon.